work, and it's been years since that's been true. I never celebrated the milestones. Subscriber numbers weren't ever my goal, so I never did any big, so many subscribers thank you videos, but still, thank you to you watching and to everyone who's helped along the way. I did think that I should end this with a big, syrupy, sentimental, self-indulgent montage and head off into the sunset. And you know what? Just this once, for the first time in 10 years, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Well, he was able to do it. I want to be able to fly away in a helicopter. Obviously, that's not it. But really, my reasons for making this announcement today is probably largely the same as Tom's reasons, or Seth Everman's, or Captain Sparkles, or Papa Meats, or Stampy Longheads. Like, there's a lot of these videos that are coming out these days, and there's going to be a lot more happening throughout this year. Steph and I have known this video would be coming for the last 3 years. We weren't sure it was necessarily going to be today. We didn't know exactly when it would fall, but we knew it was going to happen eventually. That's why over the last couple of years, we've been staffing up so much. That's why we partnered with a larger company to help run the channels. That's why we've been spending so much time outside of this box, training up the team to make the best videos that they can. Because we knew that we couldn't do this forever. We knew that, honestly, we didn't want to do this forever. For as much as I love you, and I love overthinking things, and I love theorizing, I don't love late nights. I don't love the fact that Steph and I have been work first for over a decade, where I'm sitting down at dinner with my best friend and we're talking about business logistics, or we're talking about animatronic toes. I miss the days where I could just sit down on the couch with her and play video games, and it's not for content. Or I'm playing a game and I'm not thinking about what theories are going to come out of that. I miss it. So that's a big reason. That was a big one right there. But also just the internet's changing. My life has changed in the last 13 years. I mentioned Dolly before. He's the coolest little dude, and he's getting older by the minute. And I watch him, and he is so much fun, and he is so much smarter than I was when I was his age. He also probably knows the FNAF lore better than I do, which is a problem that I should probably address at some point. But honestly, I want to be able to spend more time with him. Another sad fact of the matter is I'm getting older. I'm 37 now. The other day, I actually had to Google my own age. And you know that when you have to start like doing math in your head to calculate how old you are over the hill, my friends. Though to be fair, to my credit, I think I'm like the only 37-year-old out there who has an unironic appreciation of Skibbity Toilet. Then again, maybe that's the problem, right? Like, maybe that's not a good thing. And honestly, because this is all about us being honest, there is a bit of a selfish side to this. When you think about it, there's only really two ways to step away from a YouTube channel. You either just decide the day that you stop uploading and you're like, I'm done, or you just keep uploading videos from now until the heat death of the universe, and you watch as your relevance slowly dies or your passion slowly dies. And for me and my journey in this place, I always wanted to go out on a high note. And when you stop and look at the last year, this has been the best year in the theorist lifespan ever. Like, no joke. It is our highest view year. It is the year where we launched Style Theory and immediately put our foothold in a brand new space, and that took off, and now we're one of the top style and fashion channels on YouTube. And that kind of completes the trifecta of, hey, we now have a top channel in 4 different verticals that are completely different, and no other YouTuber really has ever been able to do it to that scale. That's amazing. This is also the year where I was able to meet you guys at our Broadway show. I was able to play at the PGA and show that, hey, YouTubers aren't particularly good at golf, but they can make your event relevant for like a couple of minutes. It was also the year that I got to host the Streamy Awards, and it wasn't cringe. I mean, to be fair, the Streamy Awards are always a little bit cringe, but it was the right amount of cringe. When I pull up videos of all my favorite creators, and I watch them, and all of a sudden I start hearing people just casually dropping, "That's just a theory."
It's just a theory, a game theory.
Now, this is just a theory, people.
At the end of the day, it's just a game theory.
That's just a theory. A Freebirds theory.
Also a lot of lore, so if you're a big theory head, proceed at your own risk.
I did not know about this theory.
That's a theory.
That right there, that is incredible. And that's the note that I want to leave on. And that's how you just know it's the right time. All of those reasons coming together, saying, hey, this is the moment. And that's hard to say, because change is scary. Change is hard. But sometimes the right decision isn't the easy decision. The easy decision would just be to carry on doing this and do FNAF part 332. But that wouldn't be the right decision. I think the best way to explain it is with a video game analogy. Feels appropriate, right? Whoa, it's game theory, ha! Did it. Check the game part of it off. But the way I like to think about it is Earthbound. I think I've made it pretty clear over the years that that is, without question, my favorite game of all time. Sans' Nest, all that, you're all familiar with that. But what you might not be familiar with at this point is how the game ends. At the end of Earthbound, after you save the world, everything opens up to you. You can revisit every single location that you've been to. You can talk to every NPC that you met on your journey. And it's this incredible moment as a gamer. You see just how many lives have been impacted thanks to your journey. And then after spending as much time as you want talking to all those people, you end up back home. You go back to where it all began, where you were just a kid waking up in bed and starting your adventure. And even though your mom's there and your dog's there and your weird telephone dad's there, it feels different somehow. Like, sure, this is still a place of love and acceptance and comfort and security, but you just don't quite fit anymore. Because you just traveled the world. You made all these new friends. You are different. You grew up. And your relationship to this place grows up. It evolves.
This is the hardest video I've ever made, and I haven't even started yet. Oh man, this sucks. Okay, so some of you may know that I got into YouTube because I sucked at Black Ops, and then I decided to make my own videos, but I never fully explained why. This probably isn't a big shock, but I've had pretty severe anxiety, especially social anxiety, my whole life, and I thought that making videos could be a way to branch out a bit, to help get over it, or at least distract me from it. And I never expected to get anywhere close to where I am today, and I owe that to the awesome group of friends that I never planned on finding, but I'm so glad that I did. And saying that is going to make what I'm about to say even harder, but I'm stepping away from doing YouTube as a full-time job, and I'm sure you're probably wondering why, and pretty much the answer is just Nogla. All right, bye. Okay, the last part isn't true. Nogla is only a very small reason why I'm doing this. That's not true either. Nogla's a great guy, and I'm just trying to rag on him for the last little bit that I can. But there's a lot of reasons why I made this decision, and while I'm probably not going to go too deep into all of them, I do want to help you guys get an understanding so it doesn't feel like I'm just ditching you. So first off, my mental and physical health are in a very bad place right now, and I need to do some major adjusting to get them where they need to be. Going off what I said earlier, I've always had anxiety and bouts of depression, but right now it's off the charts, and YouTube is a big reason why. It's a job that I haven't had success balancing with my normal life, and I feel like I always need to be online and active, or I'm going to miss something, or something's going to happen. And it hasn't been good for me lately. Which leads me to my next point, even though it's a smaller one to be honest, but I really don't like where the internet is going, both with like YouTube and TikTok and social media in general with their super aggressive algorithms and all that crap, but also gaming in general and how sweaty and serious it's become, which I feel like it's bringing out the worst in people. And I feel like I want to be online less and less each day, and clearly that isn't really going to work with this job. Don't get me wrong, I still like playing video games, but most of it is the other stuff and the direction everything is going. But the main reason I'm doing this is my family, and I could spend a long time explaining all of it, but pretty much I feel like I'm letting them down right now, and that's really hard to say. Since it's pretty common to have recording sessions pop up or fall through at a moment's notice, I work a lot of unpredictable hours, and that's not fair to my wife, and having her just drop everything to cater to my schedule. And on top of that, I'm being a horrible example to both my kids in terms of the content and the videos I make and the focus I have with my job. Because even in the times that I'm not actually down in my office, I'm still constantly thinking about work and pulling out my phone, and it's not good, and I feel horrible about it. So what's next for me? Well, it's not glamorous, but I accepted a job with normal hours and a more predictable schedule where I can go to an actual building instead of my own house, work, then come home and just be done with it so I can spend time with my family and help around the house. It's definitely not going to be as fun as getting to mess around in video games with my friends, but it's something I can still be proud of. Now, does this mean I'm done with YouTube completely? That's a great question. It's so great that I'm not exactly sure how to answer it right now because I'm still figuring things out. I've had this channel for 12 years, I'm pretty sure. Maybe even 13, 12 and a half, let's say 12 and a half. So I'm having a real hard time seeing myself just completely walking away from it. Right now, the plan is to still record a video or two when I have some time. And I also have some old videos that I never uploaded that I'm sure will finally have their time in the sun, as well as some spare parts clips that I need to compile and make a video or two out of. So pretty much, I'm not going away. I just won't be around as much. Oh, that's really hard to say. I'm also not starting my new job for another week, so I'm going to try to get a lot recorded, and I definitely want to do one last stream as well to give a proper goodbye to everyone. But before I end this, I just want to say thank you to everyone that has supported me and this channel over the years, whether it's from watching, subbing, liking, donating, and I especially want to say thank you to all the mods that have helped. I really do appreciate all of you, and I consider myself extremely fortunate to have had this as my job for as long as I have. But I'm not going to keep you any longer. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed.